So this is breaking down the U-try for lesson 2 from algebraic expressions, combining like terms. If you need some extra guidance on how to work through these 6 problems, please watch this video and it will break down these following problems, going over them in detail. So as a little recap, combining like terms, we are adding or subtracting, and we need to recognize like terms, things that have the same variable and the same exponent on each variable. So I always like to underline or identify our like terms in some way. So if I'm looking at number 1, I see I have an 8x and I have a negative 3x. Those are like terms, and we're going to complete that operation. We're going to do 8x minus 3x, which will give us 5x. Remember, our exponents, our variables don't change at all. And then that 12 doesn't have any friends, so I bring it down, and it comes along, and I attach it. So we have 5x plus 12 is our simplified expression. Looking at number 2, we have 4y squared and negative, that's like a 1 in front of there. So we're going to do 4y squared minus 1y squared, which will give us 3y squared. And then we see we have a 7y and a positive 8y. Those are also like terms, so we can combine those. We're going to do positive 7 plus 8, which will give us 15y. We cannot combine the 3y squared and the 15y squared, although they are both y's. One is to the second power and one is to the first, so they are not like terms. For number 3, so we have a little bit of matching here. So we see an f squared g. So I'm going to look and see if any other term has f to the second, g to the first. This one does not, and this one does. So those are like terms. So we're going to do 9 minus 3, which will give us 6, and then we're going to attach that those variables, f squared g. Now, this lonely guy does not have any like terms, and we're just going to bring it down. So it's going to be minus 5 f g squared. Okay. Looking at number 4, we see a 5b squared. That's going to match with 2b squared. 5 plus 2b is, or 5b squared plus 2b squared will give us 7b squared. And now we do have 2 constants, and remember, constants are like terms. When there's no variable, we can combine those. So we're going to be doing negative 7 minus 1, which will give us negative 8. Okay, and then we have our last 2. We have 8k cubed. That matches with negative 7k cubed, which also matches with 6k cubed, which also matches with negative 5k cubed. They are all like terms. So what we want to do is we want to do 8 minus 7, which will give us 1k cubed. Bring everything else down. Then we can do 1k plus 6k, which will give us 7k cubed, and we can then bring down the minus 5k cubed. And then last but not least, 7 minus 5 gives us 2k cubed. So we're left with one single term there, and it's 2k cubed. Now you could have also just went one shot, 8 minus 7 plus 6 minus 5, type that all at once in your calculator, and you would have been left with 2. What's important is that you worked from left to right. Okay, and last but not least, number 6, we have an 8w squared. Now, I do not see any other single w squared. I see a w squared with a y, which means they cannot be like terms because they don't have the same variables. So I'm going to just bring that 8w squared down. Then I see 2w minus 3w, so I can combine those. Those are like terms. That's going to give us negative 1w. You might also see that written as just minus w. And then last but not least, we have this 4w squared y, which because it has that y attached, it is not a like term to 8w squared, and therefore we will just bring that down as well. So that is the U-try for combining like terms, lesson 2 of algebraic expressions. Keep up the great work.